So right next to it is a little device that can hear you talk if you talk. Thank you. Can you do me a favor and can you back away from it? If that is you, can you make that stop, please? Hi, I'm Amanda, and I am one of the investigators in ParaHormonals.
My name is Alex.
My name is Nicole Loren, and there's another Nikki on the show and another Nicole, so we're gonna go by Loren.
Even though I love Halloween, I love paranormal shows, and I love like crime documentaries, I get spooked so easily.
I come from a psychology background. I am a researcher. In terms of coming in and doing paranormal investigations, I'm a bit of a skeptic.
I'm a big-time horror movie buff in general. Everything scary I'm into. So when it comes to paranormal, it's just very intriguing.
Our goal with the show is just to be a little bit different. We don't want to go into these shows like most guys do and run out of the building after being there for about 10 minutes.
I binge watched the paranormal, and now I want to be the one investigating. I want to go exploring.
We're not a bunch of pussies.
We're not a bunch of pussies.
We're here at the Crescent House in Lake Elsinore, California. It is somewhere that I grew up out in this area, and it's somewhere we always drove past. And it's been an eerie location. Eventually it turned into a public place where they had an antique shop. Visited a couple of times, but the one time I went in there and truly went around the building, I had seen 2 apparitions. I saw a little boy in the room. To the back in the chandelier room. I saw him back there, and then I saw a woman on the staircase. I didn't know until years later that a little boy had actually passed away at that location. There used to be a very large pool in the courtyard area, and unfortunately he had drowned due to the murkiness of the water. Nobody saw him laying there at the bottom of the pool. Breaks my heart. I have a son the same age as he was when he passed away, so investigating this for me touches my heartstrings a little bit more.
Well, hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the Crescent House, Lake Elsinore, California.
Amazing.
My name is John Temez. I'm the operations director and property manager here for the Crescent House, Lake Elsinore.
So this way I'm going to take you now is the haunted hallway. The reason why we call it the haunted hallway is as earlier I told you this story where a pest control guy came here.
Oh, yes.
And he was spraying the building, and he asked me, who's a little girl that keeps running up and down this hallway? And I said, well, you know what? I haven't seen a little girl, so tell me, where did she go? Well, the reason why I asked him that is because there is a room that I'll show you where we used to have teddy bears, flower bears.
Oh, the teddy bears. Oh,
yeah. So every morning that I would come in, those flower bears would be on the floor.
Oh.
So that's how we knew the little girl was playing with the bears. So if he would take me to that room, then I would believe that he saw the little girl. Yeah. And I'd be jealous because I've never seen her.
All right.
So he walked me to the room, opened the door, and he said, this is where I saw her. And after I told him the story, he did not want to call back or come back. And when I called pest control to invite him back, they said that he quit and he never wanted to come back to the building.
It's so sad because if it was just a little girl, he'd be totally fine. But just the fact that it's a spirit, it just scares people. And I don't know, it's sad to me. Like, why is there a little girl here? And I'm a mom, so like that breaks me, thinking about kids just being alone and like that story out there crying.
And that may be true.
But that might fruit.
No, that was the sprayer in the bathroom.
That was not okay. I was like, someone took a breath, or someone took a shit. Something happened.
So the story here is if you are a mom, that as you walk, you feel the little girl trying to grab your hand or pull on your leg or your pant leg.
Oh.
And then a lot of people from the outside say that through those windows they see something walking by, but they don't know what. So I'll take you to these rooms here next.
So there's a sprayer in the
Bathroom
bathroom.
here. Yes.
Noted.
The Crescent Bath House here in Lake Elsinore was built in 1887. So it is a national treasure and it is on the national list of historic sites. So the purpose of the building when it was built by Franklin Heald was for it to be a bathhouse. So back in the 1800s, people didn't actually have baths in their homes, so they would come to these places to take a bath. And this bath water happened to have sulfur in it, which had remedies and healing properties, so people used to come here to be able to enjoy that. Now they did have two options. They can come to 10 bathtubs that we had here and sit in the bathtubs, or they had a small pool about 4 feet high, which they called the plunge, where you can sit down and enjoy the flowing water of the sulfur.
So this here is one of the original standing bathtubs that's still around. There used to be 10 of them here. So like I said before, we are going to keep this room as a museum room.
Oh, I see.
And we're going to try to put on wallpaper that tells the history of not only the building, but the city as well, and the bathtubs.
That's amazing. And then that is where.
That is the door.
I'm so jumpy right now.
Through that secret door.
Huh?
Yeah. So as we spoke about earlier, one of the stories here that I was told by a local is that there used to be a lot of mobsters and VIPs that used to come here. So one of them brought his son that was 21 years old, brought him here and had him sit here, and they invited a young lady that was going to come into this door to join him. Well, a couple hours later, they tried to open this door and the door was locked. So they broke the door to find the kid there dead. So the story says that the girl probably slipped something to him or maybe choked him to death. But the autopsy didn't reveal it.
Really?
So they said natural causes. At least is what we're told.
And now, is that one of the actual reported deaths, and there's just a lot of speculation on how, or is even the death to be rumor?
Even that's beautiful.
Okay.
A lot of the information we do get is from locals.
Right. But hey, when there's locals out here, they've been out here for a long time.
Yes.
So.
And one of the things they tell us about here is when you do sit down here, one of the ladies that used to come here before sat down there, and she said when she sat down there that she felt like she was transformed into another era.
Oh.
She felt dizzy, and she said she would see people with those fancy little hats and the big old dresses.
My favorite lady has.
And if you look online, there's a lady, I believe her name is Bonnie Baker, who has a website, who tells a story that a lady used to be in this room, and she passed out in this room here. And when she woke up, she told people that she was back in the era of 1887.
Oh, wow.
So those are two experiences there.
Now, a lot of people, I don't know if you know, but sulfur water does smell like rotten eggs. So apparently a lot of people didn't mind the smell as long as it was helping them with healing properties.
So this here was one of the signs that was left behind. Now, is it original? I don't know, but it's pretty cool. So we did keep that sign here.
That's awesome.
So we enjoy that sign there. And as
it definitely looks old.
Yes, it does.
Older for sure. These bathtubs, stepping over, it's like those rain gutters you don't want to step on.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this room here, watch your step. It is breaking down on us here.
Okay.
But this room here is what was rumored to be the machine shop.
Okay.
Now, the reason why I say rumored to be is because we don't have actual pictures. But again, in that website of Bonnie Baker, it says that this used to be a machine shop.
Okay.
Now, the story that we have about this room is that they used to build motorcycles here. And the last owner that had it built a motorcycle for a gentleman. And his wife called the gentleman and said, do not build that motorcycle because I had a dream that my husband was going to die on. So the story goes that he still built that motorcycle. And when he drove out here with the motorcycle, he got hit by a car out there and died.
Oh my God.
So the story that you hear is that there's a lady here that goes, tis, tis, tis. And she's called the Tis Ghost because she's mad that the guy built the motorcycle and it's her husband died.
See, that's what I thought I heard in the bathroom when it was a little air sprayer. So I was, see, always listen to your wife. Moral of the story.
Yes.
Happy wife, stay alive. You know?
Yes.
There you go.
And one of the cool things that happened here is we were having a live Instagram during, I believe, 2 Halloweens ago. And I was telling that story. And as I was telling that story, we heard 3 knocks on this window really hard.
Oh.
And we said, wow, okay, well, there you go.
Right.
And everybody on Instagram was happy to see that they actually got to witness something.
That's amazing. Oh.
Yeah. And being here myself, when I'm by myself here, the hair stand up in my hands, you hear noises here and there, but you're always trying to figure out, is it real? Is it outside? The walls are so thin, right? But next I'm going to take you up the grand staircase here.
Okie dokie. This is very fun. Okay, silly question. Is this original carpet?
This is, the carpet?
Well, to not original, but like.
What it used to look like when they had it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, this is where the old lady and I had a stare down.
Right here?
Yeah, well, she was standing here and I was down at the staircase and she's just standing here looking disappointed. And she just turned and walked this way. And then it's weird though, because you think when I saw her walk down this way, I would have seen her go up the stairs, but she like walked into the staircase as if she was walking down just more of this hallway.
Wow.
But yeah, it was really off-putting.
So she was probably walking down the other staircase that was on the right-hand side here.
Possibly. I didn't see her do that. I just know she wasn't supposed to be there.
You know, I promised you that we were going to go to the haunted alley here.
Oh, yes.
But we'll leave that towards the end.
Okay.
And why don't we come up here? So this staircase here used to be a waiting area or a lounge. So you see 4 doors because there was 4 rooms that were 10 by 10.
Oh.
So this was the bed and breakfast part of the building here.
Oh, interesting. So people got to actually stay. Oh,
Yes.
fancy.
So as we come up here, this is where they would have a sofa, you know, some books for people to read. And the original concept of this building, only that door and this door were here. Now, as you can see, there was, when we open up the doors here, you can see that there's a beam in the middle. And that's what separated the rooms. So for this room here, you could only go through that door, and that would be this side of the room.
Oh, wow.
And in order to go to this side of the room, that door wasn't there before, so they would have to go out through the hallway there, go around, and come in through this door here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And when we go outside on the balcony, you'll be able to see how that worked.
That's amazing.
So this room here has a history of it. One of the stories we were told is that when we bought the building, there used to be a Ouija board there in that corner.
Oh, yeah, I don't like those. Those freak me out.
And a lot of the stories that we hear from the local PD and fire department is that they used to do seances. Not the fire department, police department, but people used to do seances here before. And they got calls for that.
Yeah.
So this room here is where a lot of people say they feel hot, they feel bad energy, and they feel like they can't breathe.
I believe this place is haunted because I've experienced a couple of paranormal phenomena myself. One of the things is you see this chandelier here above that you'll see pretty soon. The chandelier, I'd say about a year ago, was shaking when I was introducing the building to a couple that was asking about the building itself. One of our co-workers saw the chandelier shake. I looked at her face and she was just dead white. And I asked her what happened, and she said the chandelier was shaking when you were talking.
So here, one of my experiences, which is really funny, I don't like clowns.
Yeah.
Right? So I was just like you, walking by the hallway there, looked up here to the staircase, and right here, I saw a clown.
No.
So my first instinct was, don't go up there.
No.
But I came up here because I wanted to see, why would I see a clown here? Well, from what I remember when I saw this area here, it was plain white, like as you see here. When I came up here after I saw the clown, I noticed that there's this like, I don't know what you would call it, a leather sofa kind of look with red and green. And that I never saw before.
See, if you didn't tell me about the clown, I probably would have been okay. Why is there, I'm sorry, I hardly heard the leather thing. Why was there a clown?
I would say that I don't like clowns, so that caught my attention.
Like there was a clown?
That's what I saw. And he was laughing, and I guess he was laughing at me because I never noticed.
Like someone must have broken in the building. It was like when those murder clowns were happening. There was a clown? I hate clowns.
So do I, and he was right here.
Oh no.
And as you can see now that does show up here, the wallpaper that used to be there, which is really interesting because I could have swore that it was all white like this. And as you can see, there is all white and brown paper here, but that has that wallpaper.
I don't feel good now.
Now, the story behind the ghost alley here is that people, when they walk by here, they feel hot, they feel heaviness, they feel heavy breathing in the back of their neck, and they smell the cigar smoke.
So, owner.
Yes. So this is my favorite place here to walk to. And we have a little friend here.
That's just mean.
That for intruders that come by.
Over here. Well, yeah, I would have. There would be puddles. I don't even want to walk past it. I know it's fake, but you got me on the clown. If that touches me, I'm gonna scream.
So this is the infamous ghost alley here, or spirit alley here. And the story of this doll here is that the little girl that passed away had a doll just like that with her.
Oh.
Now, do we know that's the original doll that we had that or not? I mean, this was already here. But the rumor of this doll was with one of the mediums in 1990 did a episode here with the doll on a TV show and used the doll to talk to the little girl.
Well, la-di-da.
So that's how they communicated. So every time I walk by the doll, I say, hi, doll, and then I say, bye, doll, just in case.
Well, bye, doll. Hey.
As you walk in here, this is what was rumored to be the doctor's office or the examination.
Oh.
So people would come here to get examined by the doctor to make sure that they're okay, and then they would go into the plunge and be able to get that sulfur water and use the remedies to help their health.
So is this where it's to be to believe? I can't speak English either today. Is this where the little girl was believed to be taken care of when she got
Yes.
that accident? Okay.
Yes, absolutely. And it's funny that you say that because we do have Halloween nights here where we have a haunted tunnel and we have people come in through the tunnel, and we had family that weekend here. So I brought them here on the tour. And when they walked here to this corner here, they would walk here and ask me if the floor was shaking, if the room was spinning, and I would say, no, it's not. And they also felt nauseous. So rumor has it, this is where the little girl was before she passed. And when she was passing, then they took her to the hospital. And as I always talk about, as you can see her, I always have the chills when I talk about that story right here.
Oh, my goodness. Hi, it must be a story.
So as I always say, write stories because, of course, the information we get is either from the internet or for the locals that live here. So one of the stories they tell us is that this used to be a secret door. Back in the day when they had slaves here, they would sneak out, or when they had bootleg alcohol here, the moonshine, right? They would sneak out this door here and then come here. And there's a hole here that supposedly used to be a tunnel that would lead out towards the armory.
Oh, wow.
Now, when we go down there, there's just concrete and dirt. So who knows if the tunnels are still there, but that's one of the stories that we were told.
And where were those tunnels have led to?
To the armory. So the armory is on Main Street, on the corner of Main Street and Heald.
Okay.
I'm excited for the ParaHormonals to be here. I'm sure they'll find things here and there. As we all know, ghosts don't perform on demand, right? So it may take a little while, but I'm pretty sure that they'll have a lot of activity here, even if it's just something small. I enjoy here. The ghosts here, or the spirits, whatever you may want to call them, do show up every once in a while. So I'm really looking forward to see what they find.
I look forward to finding what those are on your YouTube series.
Yes, well, thank you so much for the tour.
Well, thank you.
We're super excited.
Awesome.
And we'll update you as we hopefully see no clowns.
Well, thank you very much.
Now that we toured the building and now we know every detail of the hauntings and the past history of it, we're excited to get the lights off, start our investigation, and see if we can catch any of those apparitions I've seen in the past. First things first, we want to check out the machine room. We heard that there is a woman that likes to make herself known even for social media when they do live events. That is our tisk ghost. So we want to see if we can possibly communicate with her, getting our REM pod to possibly go off. So we'll see what happens in here.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to step on them.
You want cockroaches?
Oh, where?
They're there. They're just chilling.
So I actually love bugs and critters. I am that person who will literally pick everything up, move it to a different area. I will not kill anything. So I will be the bugs and critter rescuer.
I don't know. They might be alive.
Okay. So I vote.
Here, just.
Yeah, so I vote we kind of just sit down for a second. Nikki, if you want to sit on the broom.
I think I was hearing my own hair. Oh, do I spook easily? Yes. Very much so. Sorry,
So REM pod is where supposedly it can either do temperature change or energy, so like light switches and all the whatnots. But supposedly if spirits come here and touch it, it can't go off. So if, what are you guys looking at and freaking out?
There was something reflecting in there. Sorry.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, it's
That's our
a
way.
safety.
No, that room.
Okay. So if there is, here, Nicole, why don't you back up and give the ghost some space? Alright. Should we sit?
Are we doing like a seance?
I wanna hover.
She wants a fast escape.
I know, I do really do. If anybody isn't here with us, can you please touch that red light looking thing? There's an antenna on it. And if you touch it like this, don't step in hole. It's gonna make some silly noises.
Oh.
Yeah, Spencer.
Not the cockroaches though.
No.
Cockroaches can go over there. Why is it like flashing?
Okay, now we're recording. I'm gonna set the recorder
Yeah,
down.
do you see that little
Why is it
flutter?
flashing?
What's flashing?
Next to the light? Is that normal?
Oh no.
That
What
little
does that mean?
flash, flash, flash.
They could be picking up on something. Okay, so right next to it is a little device that can hear you talk if you talk. Thank you. Can you do me a favor and can you back away from it? If that is you, can you make that stop, please?
Nice.
Thank you very much. To confirm you're still here and that's not a coincidence, can you please make it make a sound again? Preferably on the sooner side. I hear you like knocking on windows, and I think that is fascinating. If you have the capability to do that, can you please knock on a window? Like I was saying earlier, there's a little device. I think it's still recording. Yes, it's still recording. If you talk really loud into that device, it can hear your voice. It was really interesting seeing us go into a known haunted location in the specific spot investigating a certain entity, and it was really cool to see all of us come together and figure out, and we were actually feeling like we were able to communicate with something. We didn't get all of the answers, of course, but it was really great seeing all of us girls interact with something that can lead to something bigger. Now that we're leaving the machine room, I really want to check out that space that has that large chandelier. That's where I had seen the boy in the past, and I want to see if we can communicate with him and possibly even get a look at him.
The temperature.
More.
Okay. I'm taking photos. If you can make yourself known in one of them, it'd be awesome. No guarantees though.
You still have an opportunity.
Wow.
Oh, goodness.
I saw it's flickering.
Are you?
I'm like burning up, let me tell you. I'm on oven. Guys, I was thinking the same thing. I think it's her breathing. I was right as you were saying it, I was like, is it her breathing?
I don't know why she always has to make that noise when she's looking very intensely, or she's listening intensely. But it took us a while to figure out, but at least we debunked it was just Nikki's nose.
I might be the one sitting there being a little bit more rational if I hear things. So it'll be interesting to see what we find, because I have a feeling I'll be the first to be like, nah, I don't know about that, but we'll see.
And there was the tunnel in here with the slaves, right?
Yeah, so here, so during Prohibition and all that stuff, they said, oh, I found it. But this box here leads to some sort of tunnel.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. So that.
This is the
So supposedly it used to be a tunnel and then this led to the armory.
Yeah.
Am I able to open this up a little bit?
We can try it. It should be.
Does that go up? It doesn't go outside. Where does it go?
I have to shut this a little bit.
Are you coming in?
Well, I can.
I'm gonna open this little door.
Easily.
Don't step on the tunnel.
I just want to go down the tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
Okay.
What's in here? Okay. Wait, have we even been?
Are we able to?
I don't know.
Good. There we go.
Are we
I
going
don't
in?
think that was part of the tour.
Wait, did we not go? What's that door?
I think. Oh wait, this is the bath. Amy.
Oh, okay. Well, then we should go around.
Yeah,
this
let's
way.
go this way.
We felt like we spent a lot of time downstairs, so we definitely want to carry our investigation upstairs. That woman that I had seen in the past, I know she hangs out up there just from past experience, so let's go see if we can catch her.
Just no one trip.
So you're standing on there?
Well,
Was that door open?
probably.
The clown door not locked. I'm not joking. That door isn't open.
It was
Thank
open
you.
originally, but I don't know how it got shut. But when I was it's been
Like shut because it's open.
Ruin it for us.
full night.
No, it was open.
Guys are scaring me.
No, it was open. No, we opened it. When we went through it, but
He's
we
been watching the cameras.
It's been closed the entire time.
Okay.
no. Well, when did it close? Because we went through it. We didn't close it.
You guys now. So when we went through the security cameras, it was a little bit open to where you could see that thing standing
Let me go open it.
Because we remember we walked through it and we didn't close it after.
Does it
'Cause we went
automatically
we went
close?
down the other way.
there. It was closed when I was setting up the security cameras.
No,
Oh,
it's
well-
just flashing blue.
No, Dimitri's holding a light that's causing a shadow.
Oh, okay.
But it's flashing blue.
Oh, you're seeing the GoPro shadow.
Okay, that makes sense.
But it's flashing blue.
That stupid thing. That was something that was powered off.
Lunch.
Oh, that's stupid. The air freshener.
Oh, you guys, it's off.
What's off?
That air freshener that just made a noise,
Is it off for sure?
it's off.
It's on the off button.
He just opened it in front of me. It is off. It was driving us nuts for a long time. We couldn't figure out what noises we're hearing. And it's bizarre when you don't expect to hear an air freshener of all things. It can sound like something paranormal, but we have some skeptics with us. So they were the first to be like, no, we're pretty sure it's something else. So after investigating, we did find an air freshener that kept going off. The odd thing about it is that it was in the off position. So we figured maybe it's just going off with the battery. So Nikki thought of the idea to let's just take the batteries out, leave it there and see what happens. And sure enough, it kept going off. So can't necessarily explain that one.
Is it 3 o'clock?
Oh God,
No.
We watch our own paranormal shows, and just recently the paranormal industry started using what's called a ghost box. It is a device that scans through multiple frequencies of radio stations, and in between all of those radio stations, spirits can supposedly have their voice come through. It's not like Bumblebee from Transformers where he takes certain clips of audio from people talking and speaking that way, but it's actually the voices in between. So while you're listening, you'll hear a radio station probably come up, but it's those voices between that we're looking for.
Doesn't he know? I don't like it.
You don't like being called Frank?
What would you like us to call you? Are you a man?
Down his throat.
Same.
Alicia?
Oh, are you a woman?
It's getting closer to midnight, and that's where we feel like more activity would start to happen. We haven't had too much come through. We're still figuring out how to work half of this gear, but we did decide to go ahead and split up into some groups, see what happens when we are by ourselves. And of course, we've got Loren, the brave one. She's going in there, and then we have Nikki, and we're gonna send her to the slave quarters. That's that underground tunnel, and we wanna see kind of what experiences can happen in there when she's isolated in that space in the dark. We always like to keep an eye on the girls when they're alone, so they won't truly be alone. So we were watching on our security cameras, and as we're watching Nikki sitting in this dark hall, you start seeing her fidget around, and she kept feeling like somebody was pressing on her. Next time on ParaHormonals.
had a couple of crazy experiences. We saw a door unlock by itself.
I kept hearing like a radio upstairs, but I definitely heard some knocking when I was down here.
Does your doll have a name?
Daddy?